A former Washington County deputy who was charged with murder after a traffic stop in December 2023 ended with the death of a man named Scotty Stacy has had his day in court. I am going to attach my original video to the end of this video in case you're wondering what actually happened. But just to keep it short, Stephen Grindstaff, who was at the time a Washington County deputy, was charged with murder in the death of a man named Scotty Stacy after Scotty Stacy ran from Stephen Grindstaff in his vehicle. Scotty Stacy ended up in a field. Both vehicles were in the field. Stephen Grindstaff originally said that Scotty Stacy threw his vehicle into reverse and quickly backed up towards Stephen Grindstaff, and that is when Stephen Grindstaff fired multiple shots at Scotty Stacy, which ended Scotty Stacy's life. That ended up not being true. It ended up that Stephen Grindstaff actually got out of his vehicle. Scotty Stacy attempted to drive off, and that is when Stephen Grindstaff fired several shots at Scotty Stacy, which ended his life. That, of course, is according to the affidavit, which was originally public but was then sealed. Last week, Scotty Stacy's charges were downgraded from murder to manslaughter before his trial this week. And at his trial today, a jury found him not guilty. I wasn't there. I don't know what evidence was or wasn't presented. I mean, all trials end up just being what prosecutors and defense attorneys ultimately agree to present to the court, what a judge okays being presented to a jury. It's really neither here nor there. I mean, at the end of the day, Scotty Stacy ran from Stephen Grindstaff. They both ended up in a field. Stephen Grindstaff fired multiple shots at Scotty Stacy, and Scotty Stacy died, period. I feel like it was not justified. That's my opinion. You can feel free to share your opinion. I don't think because a person has a badge that means that they can just do whatever they want. Again, that's my opinion. And I have respect for police officers. It can't be an easy job. It's definitely a job I'm not willing to do. I still don't think it justifies homicide. On the flip side of that, if Stephen Grindstaff actually felt that his life was in danger in that moment, then I can understand him firing multiple shots at Scotty Stacy. But, you can have your own opinion in this.
Let's go over the Stephen Grindstaff probable cause affidavit. I made a video yesterday about Stephen Grindstaff. If you didn't see it, missed it, whatever, he was the Washington County deputy who shot and killed someone in December 2023. He was fired at the time of the incident, but he was charged yesterday with first-degree murder in that shooting incident. To be quite honest, I didn't even think to look online on Arkansas Court Connect because Washington County doesn't generally post the arrest affidavits in their cases, none that I have ever seen before. But a follower actually messaged me today. Thank you to them because I didn't realize at all that it was on there. Like I said, it was so unusual that it would even happen, but it is indeed on there. So according to that, it says that on Sunday, December 3rd, at approximately 11:16 p.m., the Washington County Sheriff's Office requested assistance with an officer-involved shooting in rural Northeast Washington County. It goes on to say that at around 10:36 p.m., Stephen Grindstaff, who was a Washington County deputy, attempted to stop a white Chevrolet pickup on Bevo Rama Road. The truck failed to stop. A vehicle pursuit ensued. The vehicle turned on Mays Road where it continued to flee. The suspect vehicle drove through a barbed wire fence before driving through several fields. The operator of the vehicle was later identified as Scotty Stacy. Stacy eventually came to a stop and Deputy Grindstaff exited his patrol vehicle. So Arkansas State Police got access to the in-car and body camera video footage of the incident the next day on December 4th because it was handed over by the Washington County Sheriff's Office. So it's a little bit confusing. I'm just going to read exactly what it says. It says the recording showed Deputy Grindstaff placed his patrol vehicle's driver's side front bumper at the passenger side back bumper of Stacy's vehicle as the vehicle stopped. So bumper to bumper. It then goes on to say that the videos show Deputy Grindstaff getting out of his patrol vehicle and then walking behind and around the suspect vehicle on its driver's side. At the same time, as Deputy Grindstaff is becoming even with Stacy's driver's side door, Stacy begins driving the vehicle away from Deputy Grindstaff. Deputy Grindstaff then discharges his firearm multiple times at the vehicle as it's driving away from him. Stacy was struck by multiple rounds and succumbed to his injuries on the scene. Stacy's vehicle was occupied by a female passenger, and her name is Stacy Chicken. Stacy Chicken was uninjured in this incident. So that is the end of the affidavit. Now, if that is in fact the way that it happened, that Deputy Grindstaff started shooting at Scotty Stacy's vehicle as Scotty Stacy was driving away from him, then I feel like it makes it a little more clear the reason that Grindstaff was charged. According to news reports, or at least what they made it sound like, Scotty Stacy threw his vehicle in reverse, backed up towards Deputy Grindstaff, then accidentally, or whatever, struck Deputy Grindstaff's vehicle, and that's when the shots were fired. But according to this, Deputy Grindstaff is the one that pulled up all the way to the bumper of Scotty Stacy's vehicle, then got out, and Scotty Stacy tried to drive off from there. And that's when the shots were fired. And that is a major difference, in my opinion. It's almost like shooting someone in the back as they're running away from you. That person isn't a threat at that point. So I can understand, yeah, Deputy Grindstaff might have been very angry about the whole incident, and maybe that's why he chose to discharge his firearm, but it's not exactly the same as his life being in danger. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think about this affidavit and what it says.